Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Aries the Emperor here, back with another general read for all of my Aries collective. If you guys are new here, welcome. Hit that like and subscribe button so that you'll be notified when I upload or go live. And speaking of live, you guys, my apologies. By the time I got to the evening yesterday, your girl was exhausted. Okay. So I am gonna make it up to you guys. But like I said, I tried my best. But I had to take a moment to myself in that moment. So I'm gonna make it up to y'all. Okay. But let's go ahead and get into this read. If you'd like to connect with me, all of my information is in the description box located down below. My website, ariestheemperor.com, as well, where I am running a sale at this time, 33% off all my metaphysical products as well as personal reads. All right. And I am working as well, like I said, behind the scenes to get personal readings and your candle orders shipped out to you. Okay, check out Lit the Alchemist, which is my second channel where I read for all 12 signs. All right, let's jump into it. Let's see what messages come out in the spread. And if I didn't say thank you, for all of the emails, to those of you who just support the channel in general, and support me and my endeavors. I am greatly appreciated, and I don't know if I say it enough, but every single day, that's why I get on here day in and day out for the past, I don't know how many years now, but this is a part of me. Like I tell y'all are a part of me, and I appreciate y'all. I really do love and respect you guys. And I'm honored to be a part, as always, the Aries gang, gang, gang. Let's get into the read, y'all. I was feeling really rich this morning. And I'm gonna keep feeling like that. I don't care what. And I'm getting this energy off of you as well. You know what I mean? Surround yourself with rich colors, rich things. And when I say rich, like I said, colors, I'm not just talking about money. You know what I mean? Just surround yourself in good light and good energy. That's rich. You know what I mean? And watch how that transfers for you in whatever way that you setting intentions in. Okay, it's all about environment, it's all about mindset, and this is the wealth you're destined for, and what or who may be delaying it. All right, let's really get down to it. Let's see what messages come out. I'm curious, y'all, because for real, like this, I can't stress it enough. It won't let me sleep. And let me say this, I don't know if I'm having somebody else's dream or if I'm really being pushed and into another dimension or visiting. I don't know, being invited. It didn't feel like an invite, let me tell you that. But okay, so I was sleeping and I was sleeping on my side. Okay, fell asleep on the couch, and I don't know how long I had been asleep, but when I sleep, it's kind of just like a doze off and I'm out until I come back in. And when I doze off, literally, I have never felt this before. I've had the dream, with the witches riding your back, and I've had that entire experience multiple times. But this one, I was on my side, and it felt like somebody was like yanking me, like, wake up. And of course, when I woke up, nobody was right there. But it felt so real, like I was hanging off the side of the couch, like being shook. And I don't know what that was about. So that you could be experiencing this, or maybe this is something that I need to personally look into. But nonetheless, let's get into the read. Let's see what messages come out for you in the spread. And this is going to be the who. We got the tarot. And maybe this may be the what. Let's get into it. And was I scared? No, I wasn't. Shit, it was already happening. What the hell was I going to do? Messages for Aries. And whoever this is for, I feel like this is saying, like, don't be scared. It's happening. Drop the imposter syndrome. That's what I'm getting clearly. Sun in Sagittarius, moon in Cancer. A lot of you guys, your emotions are holding you back, are delaying your wealth that you're destined. We have Earth and we have Cauldron. And take this reading how it resonates. Do not get offended in any way, shape, or form. Just take it how it resonates. Take what does and leave what does not. All right, but we have Cauldron. So I feel like, and it says here, opportunity. Whether you whipping up something like literally in the kitchen when it comes to like an idea or some sort here, or literally working with something as far as your hands. Something is meant to make you wealthy through your hands. Some of you guys through your recipes, through your herbs, if you're herbalist, it's like naturalist type energy. Is opportunity in that healing. You are that. You are a creator. That is where your wealth is. This is where your Jupiter Sagittarius energy is, and what is destined to make you, align with that wealth. Okay. All right, Earth. Okay, peace, grounding. So, like, I feel like this is something that connects to something I say to y'all all the time. You know what I mean? And that's as far as your peace goes. That needs to be next to spirit. That needs to be number 2 for you guys. You know what I mean? Get yourself in a peaceful environment and in a peaceful mindset, especially before you enter into the danger zone. You know what I mean? Into the arena. Until you gladiators suit up. You know what I'm saying? Prepare yourself, because it's going to be a shit show when you go out there. So just prepare yourself for that mentally. You know what I'm saying? And then go with the flow. Shutting down and is I feel like another thing. In certain situations, I feel like it's levels to the way that you deal with people. You could have such an independent type of energy, where it may scare people off. People may want to help you and step in, but they may be afraid to speak. And I feel like there are people who are aligned with you that are on that same destiny line with you, that same crown line. So look more into that. You are a self-oriented individual. That is correct. You know what I'm saying? But be that in certain instances where it's most important, especially when you need to work with others, because your wealth is in others. Okay. That's why you need to know self as much as you need to do, because your wealth is, in fact, you connecting, and it's a melting pot that we living in. You know what I mean? So a lot of you guys, I'm feeling wealth through, it's giving 11th house Aquarius, through different people, organizations, the internet, you know what I mean? A store of some sort here. Commerce, I think is the word I'm trying to say here. All right, let's pull one more, and then we're going to see what's in the other oracle. We have bird. So yeah, some of you guys are meant to fucking not just fly, soar. Fly. Is that Nicki Minaj song with Rihanna? 12:02 on the clock. Look at that. Get ready for it. I came to win. Get ready for it. I mean, like, this is, you think you've never experienced freedom like this here, Aries. And I really mean this. You know what I mean? Like the pelican in the sky, baby. Like the eagle, like soaring, untouchable. They say, is that the eagle? They say once they snatch you up, they don't never see you again. It's like you out there, and like just wiggle the wings, like start working on it, practicing. You know what I mean? Even if it's just by yourself. But you guys are meant to soar, not just in your room, in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? In front of everybody and everything and every being. God, spirits, ascended masters included. All right, messages for Aries, Spirit. All right, we have you moved on. So I feel like survivor's remorse of some sort here. Like I said, imposter syndrome that you may feel. That alone, your emotions can keep you stuck in a space, Aries. It could take up so much of your mind. Whether you block that person out or not, your mind is a busy place, a very, very busy place. And that's why I say it's important. Your mind is very wealthy itself, your brain, so don't let people continue to try and poison you and make you feel bad for growing out of situations and growing away from them and wanting to move on. That's very important, and that's very key for you to understand. You are somebody that is put here also to lead by example, whether you're trying to or not. You do things effortlessly. People follow you effortlessly. People copy you effortlessly. You know what I mean? And I know it's annoying. A bunch of copycats that are not original running around here, but it is what it is. They got to get greatness from somewhere. Why not you? You know what I'm saying? So just know, this earth is really your oyster. You are the pearl. Fuck that. You are the diamond. We all know that. And that's one of the most sought after precious gemstones, till this day and forever. Okay. There will be a return. See, don't go back and forth with yourself if you've not already left out of a situation. You know what I mean? And I feel like this return here is a return to everything that you thought you lost. Baby, it's not even going to be a thought after this, but it is going to be something that you can reflect on. You know what I mean? It is going to be a reminder. And I feel like for you, when wealth is something that fulfills in all areas, and that's why you're able to push forward and continue to do things and accomplish things so effortlessly. You are meant to be in this distinguished league of gentlemen and gentlewomen, you know what I mean, type energy here, and spirit, it puts you in that position from jump. So it's no matter, that you have so many things with Mars as your ruling planet, you full of that action, right? But it's just putting it in the right places, the right people, the right spaces. Let's get into the tarot. Let's make Aries not rich, spirit, but wealthy, honey. What is Aries? Is billionaire personality trait. All right. Is this the wealth that they are destined for, spirit? And what or who is delaying it? Somebody's in denial, like you've moved on, but they still want you to return, or they think you're going to return. Especially if you're doing better, you should feel better, or you should be more open or forgiving or giving. But it's the opposite. Queen of Swords. The wealth you're destined for, it has to do with your voice. It has to do with something that you're already researching, the information or knowledge that you have or are growing or obtaining for yourself. This is Queen King energy. This is leader energy for sure. You could have Gemini aspected in your natal chart, but you could be somebody that's meant to speak to masses. You could be somebody that's meant to write books and sell to masses, or singing, or like I said, is or just somebody who is known for their mental strength, their intelligence of some sort here, their agility. These are all things that you could put into play here and create and generate your own legacy of wealth, generational wealth, for you and yours to come here. Who may be delaying that? People playing with you, is you have people who don't take accountability for, triggering you on purpose, and then maybe sitting back to see if you're the one that comes back running back, especially if you guys are if it's a silent treatment type of energy energy. You know, like I said, just when it comes down to people playing with you like that, and you have to really question where you stand with people, one thing to help you free yourself is to distance and stand on that, you know, and then go work on what it is that you need to flip that, to alchemize that energy here with the Hermit Virgo energy, because we all about elevation here. Getting to yourself, trusting in yourself, believing in yourself is is for sure one of the biggest things to help you get closer to that wealth. You know, but you got to really look within and know what it is that you're asking for, so spirit can start pouring it in that direction. And I keep getting the energy. I feel like this is also people that have a problem with you distancing yourself, a problem when you're trying to focus more, a problem when you're not paying attention to them or paying attention to what they want you to. All right, we have the Two of Pentacles. A lot of you guys, I feel like you are destined for wealth, but one thing that may be delaying that is perfect timing, or waiting for the perfect moment. In a lot of instances, there is no perfect moment, and perfection is not something that you need to carry with or lead with at all. You know, we're going to put in the best intentions, you know, that's, you know what I mean? The best way to do it, you're going to go within. But I feel like this energy is saying, at least, you know, if you don't have all of the tools, then at least, you know, if it's a business plan that needs to be drawn out, start there. You know, if you can speak to other individuals who are in the same field as you and kind of pick their brain, you know, start there. You know, if you are wanting to create something, you know, create one item and you know, start there, and then just wait until you can, you know, accumulate from there. Because just think about it. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, you haven't started anything. You're not really moving towards anything. What's perfect about that moment? You know what I'm saying? If you're already into something, that's when the magic happens. Ace of Cups, that's when the opportunities come in. And what I say, one cup, one candle, one shirt. That one, it is quality over quantity here. This is wealth. The ace is wealth. And it's destined wealth. You know, those two nickels turned into, hey, millions and billions, honey. We have the Hanged Man here, Pisces energy. Yeah, this is something spiritually that is yours, something that you spiritually inherited. Maybe this was something that someone, a generation or so before you did not or was not able to succeed at. And now it is in alignment to where you will be in the generation that will be able to break this curse, or to carry your family, like I said, on to a more exclusive lineage. And that is however you see, you know, success or wealth in your circle, your family, or whatever tradition it is that you're wanting to create. It is here for you. Stop ignoring your intuition and stop putting your ideas down. All right, I'm just going to take the Queen of Wands because it actually came out. Aries energy, yeah, this is confidence. You need it. No, I'm not saying you don't have it, but I'm saying that keep it. Keep carrying, keep leading with it. Be confident in what you're doing. Be passionate in what you're doing. Be educated in what you're doing. Do it your way. You know, your spin, your take. That alone, you know, is you'd be surprised how many people are out there just like you, who think like you, who wish there were more people just like you. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Some of you guys could be those who invest, or a certain investment of some sort is going to repay you. This could be, I'm getting somebody, okay, just listen to how this sounds, right? This is what I'm seeing. Somebody gardening or of some sort here. And maybe this is something you like to do for fun, but you mess around and you have created a garden that is so vast and become so big that your neighbors come over to shop from your garden now. And now the neighbors are coming over. And now you have a whole bargaining system or a whole small community town. I feel like you guys have the ability to create and build for yourselves, and not only that, you're creating from the land and alchemizing it and connecting here it with the physical. You know what I mean? The things that you can do are so simple, but like I said, that alone carries generations and your kids and kids to come on that land. So whoever I'm speaking to, with this Queen of Swords energy out here for sure, and this Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, this is definitely something destined for you. We have the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This could be people who are wanting to go against your beliefs and wanting to go against your ideas and maybe telling you that's not a good idea. Nobody's going to listen to that. Nobody's going to pay for that. You'd be surprised. Like I said here, you know what I mean? It's just all about marketing and not just marketing, where you connect and who your soul tribe is, and especially if you are into aesthetics or retail or, that sort of thing. Marketing is important. Or who is your clientele? Who are you speaking to? And for you, Aries, you are someone who is very defined. You know who you are at the core. And so that alone is going to connect you with people who are like you or like-minded. But as far as going even further, international, global, you are going to have to connect with those outside of yourself, i.e., whatever you want to call it, different nationalities, backgrounds, cultures. You're going to have to open up. You're going to have to open up that mouth. You're going to have to be seen. You're going to have to connect. You're going to have to network. You're going to have to fellowship in some way, shape, or form here. It's here. This is a global, international. And something for you, and something is delaying it. You're growing something, but something is delaying it. I'm talking about real wealth. I'm talking about real wealth. You see that? Can y'all? It says the star, because I'm talking about real wealth. And this is Aquarius, 11th house energy. Like I just spoke before this card even came up. And did I not say you're going to have to connect with different people and Look, let me hurry up. So let me go ahead and end this read, because what? Spirit? Baby, I got that feeling. Yeah. Baby. All right, okay. All right, now. Baby, I got that feeling. Look at that. The World and the Ten of Cups. Temperance. Be patient, my child. Yeah, it's what your spiritual and ascended masters are up there saying. And by the way, you're looking good. Keep up the good work. Keep dreaming. Keep that innocence. Keep rocking, Aries. You know what I mean? Keep sitting at that dock of the bay. Keep talking to them angels and that moon in the sky. I read them comments. I know y'all out there talking to the moon like me. But hey, I added it because guess what? Something is hearing you for sure. And anything that's trying to delay you, please believe it's working to push it out of the way. For the star is coming through. Ooh. I'm going to leave this read here, y'all. Hit that like and subscribe button for more messages from me. I promise I'm going to try and get back on here again. I'm going to probably have to take a midday nap or something in between working. I love you guys. Ciao.